Hi everyone. This is going to be a short lecture. We're going to talk about some of the tourist attractions in Zhanghua, like Lugang and the temples culture, and then we'll talk about some other nearby tourist sites. Sounds good to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in our reading, the reading mainly focus on Lugang. This a very special town in Zhanghua. Lugang in the reading it mentioned is historical places because when in Taiwan we have different ethnic groups,
Sure,
and
yeah.
when people from mainland China they move to Taiwan, actually Lugang is one of the first 3 towns they choose to settle down. So we have a Chinese saying 一府二路三艋甲. 一府 means Tainan city, 二路 means Lugang, 三艋甲 means Wanhua in Taipei city now. So it's actually the oldest towns in Taiwan, the first oldest town in Taiwan.
Wow. So it's really got a lot of traditional culture, like those
Yeah.
temples. Yeah, as an international person in Taiwan, I always feel the temple culture here is really intriguing. Like, a lot of the things that happen in the temples, I had no idea before I arrived in Taiwan. Like, things like the burning the incense sticks, and you actually need to, when you visit a temple and you take the incense, you'll normally burn them about 3 or 4 different places, right? Because you need to make sure
Yeah.
that you recognize the different gods. So, according to my memory, first we went outside and we would burn the incense sticks for the god of heaven.
Yeah.
And then later we'll go inside and maybe there'll be 2 or 3 other places where we'll burn the incense. And cool, you say bye-bye, right?
Yeah, we say
So
that.
basically it's sort of like praying, and you'll explain maybe, I remember I had to introduce my personal information.
Yeah, you have to say
who are you?
Yeah.
So I wonder, can I understand English or do I need to introduce myself in Chinese? I'm not sure. But that was always very interesting. And I remember there's some temples like Matsu Temple.
Yeah,
I noticed
Matsu
there's a lot of Matsu temples
Yeah,
around.
Matsu temple.
I remember the other thing that was very interesting to me in the temple is I will always call them the 2 bananas, but it's not really banana.
Oh,
it's
you mean
like a half
Okay, yeah, I
shape.
got that.
What's the name of that one in Chinese?
Actually, they have an official name, but I cannot recall that. Maybe I will put a small screen here to tell the student. But we
Yeah.
say bui. Yeah,
Bui.
yes. Actually, it's in Taiwanese. Even in
Mm.
Chinese, I'm not sure how it's called.
Yeah, well, I think those are really cool because if you ask sort of a yes/no question,
Yeah.
and it depends which way they're facing, like 1 up and 1 down,
Yeah.
or 2 facing up, or
2 facing
2
down.
facing down.
Yeah.
And one way means yes, and one way means no, and the other way means maybe the god
No
is
comment.
laughing at your question,
Yeah,
or
no
no comment.
That means you have to think about the question again, because if
Yeah.
they are laughing, which means probably this question is not formed in a good way, or it's too broad, so they laugh.
Yeah, and I remember like you need to get about 3 yeses in the row
Yeah,
to be
you have
sure
to
of your
get
answer.
3 yeses.
That's quite hard to get 3 yeses, I think.
Yeah.
Like I remember last Chinese New Year we went to visit one temple of money god called Chai Shen Ye.
Oh, Cai Shen Ye.
Chai Shen Ye.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then if they maybe will let you borrow some small amount of money if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ask the god and if he agrees, and
Yeah.
then you could kind of borrow and then
Yeah.
pay back 1 year later.
Yeah,
that's
the
quite
money you
interesting.
borrow, we call is like the mother money.
Oh yeah.
Because if you bring the mother money back to home, yeah, you will have babies, then which means you will be very fortunate. You will be very fortunate all around the year, and then you have to pay the interest back to the god who borrowed you the money.
Oh right.
Yeah, that is very interesting culture in Taiwan, because every year in the Chinese New Year, there is a day people will particularly go to this kind of temple. And there are 2 very famous, one called Nangong. It's actually Nantou, because we are going to talk about Nantou later on. And for that particular temple, it's really, really crowded when you go there in Chinese New Year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's the one in Jushan.
Yeah.
Jushan. It's kind of like a giant rooster or something.
Yeah, it's actually Zhunzi Nangong. It's the same one.
The same one, okay.
Same one. Yeah, very famous.
Yeah, so we've talked a lot about the temple cultures, and is there any other attraction that we want to mention around the Zhanghua area?
Oh, Zhanghua is a big county, and for Lugang and the temple you just mentioned is near the mountain. And we also have the sea. Zhanghua, they have very famous for their oyster farming.
Oh,
and
wow.
if you visit there, there's a small town called Wanggong, and you can enjoy the oyster farming. They will have this kind of experience trip. They will use a small car to move you to the oyster field, and you can pick up oyster by yourself and barbecue there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then bring some oyster back. So it's very interesting because usually we think about farming is like agricultural produce, but this kind of places is actually seafood.
Yeah.
In Zhanghua.
I think we can call that one aquaculture.
Yeah.
Because it's farming to do with the sea or the ocean. So aqua means water.
Aquaculture.
And so aquaculture.
Okay.
But I wonder if they have that, there's a kind of oyster soup which I had before with like sticky noodles inside. So a couple of times when I traveled in Taiwan around the coast, I had the oyster with the very sticky noodles inside.
Oh, yeah.
That one's pretty nice too.
Yeah. And also in Zhanghua, as Daniel mentioned, there are a lot of temples. And also in Zhanghua, there is a famous tourist attraction called Bagua Shan.
Oh, I've been there before, yes.
Yeah.
What can you see at Bagua Mountain?
You will see a big Buddha. Even in you are in Zhanghua City, you can see that wherever you go, because it's quite big. And people go there is actually pray, as you say, and also enjoy the view because Bagua Mountain is, if you climb up, you can see the view of the Zhanghua County and also Nantong County. And there are also a lot of tea land there, the field there, and also there are a lot of pineapples.
Oh, I went to one pineapple. It's a pineapple farm on top of Bagua Mountain, but they make it's called Sunny Hills, and they made that kind of pineapple cakes.
Yeah, Sunny Hill.
And when you visit there, they'll give you one for free.
Yeah.
But I heard maybe too many people went there to try to get the free ones, so maybe it's not free anymore.
Yeah, last time I visited there in last Chinese New Year, they didn't give it for free now. You have to buy first, and then you use the receipt,
and then you can
and they will give you free sample for that. Yeah, Honey Hill. And Honey Hill is quite famous right now because I know they have shop in Tokyo right now. Yeah. So because pineapple cake now has become one of the famous Taiwanese souvenir.
Okay, great. Oh wow. Next time I go back to New Zealand, I'll take some pineapple cakes back.
Yeah, remember to bring that.
Maybe I'll get the Sunny Hill pineapple cake.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Zhanghua and Lugang and the temple culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see you
Bye.
later.
See you.
Bye.